Hi guys. Hey everybody. Listen y'all, I know it's late and I hope you had a pretty good day today. I hope you had an absolutely amazing Saturday. You know, I wanted to jump on here tonight just a few minutes because it's time for me to wind down and get ready for bed. And normally I'm sharing with you guys my morning routine, my prayer time, my walking, my workout, my journaling, and my affirmation time. But I don't think I've ever shared with you guys my nighttime routine. And before I get into tonight's message, let me show you real quick what it is that I do every single night. These are my non-negotiables, and of course they include my patches. But let me make sure we are live on my page. It says live, but I want to make sure you guys can hear me. Okay, let's see here. And let me just look real quick. I want to make sure you guys can hear me okay. Testing. Yep, got it. All right. So every single night before I go to bed, I have to make sure a couple of things. I have to make sure I have on what I need to get a good night's sleep. And that's what my body requires. Um, One, I have a patch that I put on earlier for which is Boost, and that gives me clean energy. And I need to take that one off because I want to be able to stay in the bed. I want to be able to, really rest. So I'm gonna while you guys are here, I'm gonna go ahead and take that off right now. And I just peel it off. There it is, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. I don't have to take the others off, which is Ignite, Focus. Um, I could take focus off, but it doesn't bother me. Joy can stay on, peace can stay on, liberty can stay on, kick it can stay on, realm can stay on, liberty, victory, and freedom can stay on. So this is what I have. The the freedom patch, the victory patch, the liberty patch, and the ram patch. These are the ones, oh, and I just had it, oh, the peace patch. I want to make sure the peace patch is on as well. One of the ones, at first I was thinking about, I'm like, wait a minute, victory gives me more stamina. It gets, if I'm working out, it increases my endurance and everything. Why would I want to sleep with that on? Because it does a lot of things for my body while I am asleep. Balance, mobility, strength. Also, it just helps in ways that I didn't know my body needed. Um, then there's the liberty. The liberty, balance and stability. Um, my range of motion. When I listen, if you have to get up to go use the restroom, you want to be able to move, don't you? All right. That's why I use the liberty. But also the liberty puts your body back into homeostasis. Homeostasis. I haven't had such good sleep in years. I remember years ago when I was having sleeping issues, the doctor prescribed me Ambien. And I don't know if you've ever used Ambien or not, but the way when I woke up in the morning, I was still very tired. I was still dragging. I felt like my feet had concrete boots on them that I could not take off. And I just felt that heavy all day long, probably until 10 o'clock, maybe 10:30. It started lightening up, and but that's too long. But with this, it doesn't do that. So that's one of the reasons I'm using REM every single night. I got it right here. I already put it on. I make sure I have that because I like deep sleep. I don't want to be up here with the surface sleepers. Put me to sleep for real so that my body can do what it's designed to do. And what's that? Your body is designed to burn fat while it's asleep, while you're resting. Your body is also designed to heal the gut while you're sleeping. And I want to be in that deepest realm of sleep so it can do those things. So at night, REM, liberty, freedom, and the victory sometimes, but this peace. And hold on a second. So for a long while, I was dealing with heart palpitations. They were very loud while I was sleeping. And I'm talking about like I'm laying on the pillow and I can hear my heart beating really, really hard and fast. And I couldn't figure out what was going on, even though I was on high blood pressure medicine. Like, what are we doing? Like, why isn't the medication doing what it's supposed to do? So, anyway, once I got my hands on these patches, I realized within 3 days, those heart and loud palpitations stopped. I'm not saying that's what it's going to do for you. I'm letting you know what it did for me. And now I make sure when I go to sleep at night, my nervous system is calm. My nervous system is not overworking. Another thing that was causing all of that was, guess what? I was in pain constantly, always in pain. I was dealing with that nerve in the back. It would run down my my butt cheek, down to my legs, down to the foot. And it would hurt so bad sometimes I couldn't even drive. So it helped out with that as well. It's actually stopped. So I make sure every day I have something on me to make sure that if I was to to measure my pressure, my blood pressure, I would be good. I don't need those problems. I don't want them anymore. It was just I lost a lot of sleep dealing with that type of aches. I missed out on a lot of sleep and good rest also when I couldn't get into the deepest realm of sleep. But I also didn't sleep well when I was hearing that pounding of my heart. Where's talking about confidence in my book? And guess what? I realized something. I don't really teach confidence in this book. What I teach in this book is something that's just as important as confidence. I teach you to do it anyway. And when you don't even need confidence to do anything anyway. You just like, I feel such and such kind of way. So what? Do it anyway. This is what I've learned. Confidence is not what's going to get you started. Okay? Doing it anyway, that's what's going to get you started. Confidence is what's going to show up later on after you've done it anyway enough times. You understand what I'm picking up? If you understand what I'm talking about, type "do it anyway" in the comments. And I think a lot of people believe that they have a confidence problem. You don't. I don't think that that is true. I think that most people have a confidence practice problem. You won't do anything to practice your confidence. Confidence is like a muscle, and you've got to build that muscle. So the more you build that muscle, the stronger it gets. Think about it. How can you become more confident doing something that you've never practiced? How can you trust yourself if you've never given yourself the opportunity to make a decision to follow through? I thought about that, and I'm like, okay. So I thought about something else. I was a professional people pleaser. So I would be the one that would come in and help the person with all the ideas. I would be the person who would, hey, I want to be able to do this, that, and the other, but I don't have time. Can you do it for me? So I would be that person that people would call and actually do for them. They thought of the idea, they put everything together, and I'm the one that's coming behind them, or actually in front of them or aside, and do all of the physical work. Okay? I would be the one doing all the physical work that people actually see. And the work that the stuff that people will be, excuse me, a part of, right? That's what I was doing. And if somebody needed help, I was there. If they called me and needed something, I was there. And I thought about that because I was always doing stuff for other people, and my confidence never did naturally grow from that because I was just doing something. It was almost like busy work. Like I don't really need to think about it. They just said do this, do this, do this, go get it done, right? So here I am. I'm just doing these things for other people. And remember, doing stuff for other people, you would think that your confidence would naturally grow. It doesn't. And for me, it didn't, because those weren't my decisions. I was living in everybody else's priorities instead of practicing my own decisions. You listen, when we get off of here today, you're going to realize the number one thing that builds your confidence is decisions. And after you make the decision, there's another thing that comes, and that's an action. So everything started changing when I started making my own decisions for myself and following through. It doesn't have to be some huge life-changing decision. Think about this. If you were a people pleaser or still in there somewhere, deciding where you're going to eat dinner, okay? Um, deciding what you're going to buy from the grocery store, like what the snack is going to be for the week. Um, deciding the outfit that you were going to wear. Those little things are things really that what stuff that we stay away from. Things that's like, what do you think about this? We're always asking everybody else for their opinion. Okay? Stop stop asking everybody else to make the decisions for you. Every decision that you make, every promise that you keep to yourself, you're building self-trust. And where self-trust grows, confidence follows. Let me touch this real quick. Self-trust, that's me. I trust myself. Confidence is hard to have when you don't even trust yourself. It just is. And I'm telling you from experience. I've been through enough things in my life to know, listen, I am not my circumstances. Therefore, the things that I went through, they made me more confident. The things that I have gone through, they give me more, they help me love myself even more. You know? And in that, it teaches me to trust myself even more. Confidence is going to follow once you start trusting yourself even more, or start trusting yourself, period. One of my favorite lines is from the introduction of this book, and it's do the do and forget the feeling. Let me read just a little bit for you, because again, this book doesn't teach you confidence. It teaches you to bypass confidence, bypass self-trust, and do the do, and everything else follows. So let me read this to you. My problem wasn't starting. My problem was stopping. It wasn't failing. I wasn't failing because I didn't know what to do. I was failing because I kept walking away from what I had already started. I would eat healthy until I didn't. I would go to the gym until I stopped. I would build momentum and then somehow find myself right back where I started. Sometimes even farther behind. Now, I'd look at my life and think, here we go again. Not again. How in the world did I get back here? Every time I stopped, I lost more than progress. I lost confidence. I lost trust in myself. I lost sight of the woman I believed that I could become. And then the questions started being asked. What if I don't make it? What if people see me? What if people see me trying? What if they watch me fail? What if I can't keep this going? And those questions kept me stuck for years. And one day I heard four simple words. Actually, it's three. Do the do. Forget the feeling. In other words, you do it regardless of how you feel. You take the action regardless of how you feel. You do the thing regardless of how you feel. Let me get back. And at first, I thought I thought this meant that I needed to work harder. But I was wrong. It meant I needed to stop negotiating with myself. Stop waiting to feel ready. Stop waiting to feel confident, and stop waiting until I had everything figured out. Just do the next best thing. And that right there really took things for me to the next level. I mean, it opened up a whole wall. It literally knocked a wall down that I had been keeping up because what if I can't? What if I can't? Thinking someone else is looking in and measuring my own progress. And maybe you felt that way too. So, no, don't wait until you feel confident. Don't wait until you feel motivated. Don't wait until you feel ready. Just do the simple do. Do what you need to do because the feeling usually comes after the action. That feeling of, oh, wow, look what I did. The feeling of, look at what I did. The feeling of you do it, girl. And that's you building confidence. That whole feeling that you experience after you do something, it's the, whew, I did it. It's the I did it. And you know, I had written down, um, I guess about 2 years ago, in one of my journals, that I wanted to write a book. And why? I got a lot to say. Unlike everybody else, I got a lot to say. There's some things that I need to share, that not because I want to tell on someone. I've got a lot to share because I want to help somebody to move farther, to move faster out of the mess that I made for myself, to move faster out of it so that you can begin to really live. So do the do. Do the doggone do. Um, if I had waited to feel like an author, I don't even think this book would have been um, produced. I don't think so. It wouldn't have been written. There's no way. I would have just been sitting around. Well, one day I'll feel like an author. That's not how it happens. That's not how it happens. So imagine if I had decided to wait until I feel confident enough to build to start writing. You know how many people would have missed this whole message that really needs it? So tonight, I want to leave you with one question, just one. I told you we weren't going to be on here very long. What have you been waiting for? What have you been waiting to feel before you finally do it? And I know that's for a lot of people, you're not going to be able to answer that right away. I want you to sit and think about, like, what are you waiting to feel before you finally do it? Because maybe, just maybe, confidence isn't what you've been missing. Maybe you've just been waiting too long to practice it. Remember, once you start practicing, then you'll experience the confidence. Once you start practicing that action, that confidence starts. It's like, what is that? I mean, it's like you feel like a totally different person. Do it anyway. Who cares how you feel? You shouldn't. You should feel good. You once you do it, you celebrate yourself. But let me tell you something, because there's one thing that will try to creep in there, and we're going to go ahead and kill it before it even shows up. And that's called the self-sabotage. Because it's your first time, you thought it should be better. Because it's your first time, you're like, I stuttered. Because it's your first time, you're like, well, I wish I would have talked slower. Because it's your first time, I wish I would have had more points. Because it's your first time, you're gonna damn yourself and keep damning yourself and damn yourself right out of your success. The success is you did it. Now go celebrate and get ready to do even more on top of that. So see, guys, I'm telling you, I forgot to put the book link in the caption. I'll go back and put that in the caption for you guys. But I'm telling you right now, don't worry about confidence that you may not have. Don't worry about self-trust that you may not have. Don't worry about the skill that you think you need. You don't need any of it. I give you permission to go and do it anyway. Do it anyway. However you want to do it. And do what? Do any and everything anyway. So that is it for tonight. If you have not gotten yourself patched, leave a comment below and just say, hey, Rosalind, I need some information on the patches. And if you need the link to this book, I want you to type link to book, and I'll drop this in there for you guys. Listen, I'm about to go to bed because I got to go patch in the morning at Flat Rock Missionary Baptist Church here in Greenville, in South Carolina. That's in Piedmont. Just in case you want to meet me there, the service starts at 10. It's not a very long service. I patch just as soon as he does benediction. You can find me in the vestibule, already set up, ready to patch you. So if you're trying to see if the patches work for you, you've been wanting to check them out for a while, this is the place. That will be the time, and it's not going to cost you a dime. I really didn't mean to rhyme, but it seems they keep going on. But anyway, guys, that is all I have for you. Oh, here's the link. The link is already here. Paidtopatch.com. You get 25% off of your first order when you use that link. And listen, guys, that's all you need to do. Order your patches and order your book. I'll see you guys later. Y'all have a good night.